everyone, good evening. So I'm going to talk about trash. And before that, let me ask you a question that popped into my mind a few years ago. So how many of you here are from Bangalore? Most of us? Great, great. So does any of you know what happens to your trash when it goes out of your house? Any answers? Landfills? See, Bangaloreans know. So that's exactly what I didn't know 2 years ago till I saw something like this. This is where 95% of the 2 lakh tons of waste that India generates every day gets dumped in landfills, in quarries. But because we don't have any more land left, it is dumped somewhere outside our houses. I'm sure most of you have seen a site like that. And because it ends up outside our houses, it is eventually burnt. Now that's when I had a question. I throw my waste very responsibly. I segregate my waste. I ensure it is recycled. Then why is it that it is still the issue? Then after a lot of introspection and talking to several government officials, we came to a revelation. This is how the waste looks. Irrespective of whatever you do, this is how it looks. You see that blue color cover there? It has sanitary napkins, it has diapers, it has blood, it has meat, it has food, it has plastic bags, it has dead rats. It has anything that you have currently in mind. Now, when this is the case, how can you make any value out of it? Now, what happens when you don't make value out of something? It has to end up as trash and then eventually burnt. So that's when, as an engineer, your mind goes towards technology and you start thinking, such a huge problem that is taking out lives, that's causing 22 different types of diseases, land, water, air pollution, whatnot, and there is no solution to it. Come on, there should be something. So after a lot of literature survey, seeing a lot of sites and videos, we realized there is a solution. Yes, there is something, and that is this. These are called waste-to-energy plants. Now, what they are is that they take all your trash and then they burn it to generate electricity. Now, consider India's waste. It's mostly sambar. It is dripping liquid. Now, it's common sense that when waste is 80% moisture, how can you make something which is fuel out of it and consider it a sustainable business? So, of course, all of this came to a big halt. All of these, closed down very soon as they started. And that's when India, and as not just India, but almost many other countries had no solution. Imagine such a huge problem, and there was no solution. And if you remember, that's when people started telling, segregate your waste, segregate your waste. Segregation was all in the blue. And we also realized, yes, segregation is the solution. Because when you segregate your kitchen waste and your plastic waste, then you can recycle your kitchen waste, you can recycle your plastic waste, nothing has to go to the landfill. Simple. But entire India, 1.2 billion population, only 5% segregate their waste. This is also an overrated number. Only 5% of the 1.2 billion population segregate their waste despite rules and regulations and thousands of crores being spent to create awareness. Now again, there was no solution. So that's when we went ahead and we thought, no, let us segregate it ourselves. We took a bag of waste and started segregating it with our own hands. It took us 2 minutes to segregate just 20 grams. Friends, we are talking about 2 lakh tons here, right? So this is not just unsustainable, but it is not even practical. And come on, you and I don't want to touch our own waste. Why do you want somebody else to touch your waste, right? So that's when we got an idea. What if we create a system that can take all of that trash and segregate it automatically into biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste, and then recycle it. Idea was simple, right? But the kind of comments we got from the so-called experts in waste management was, Niveda, it is impossible. Nobody has done this and you're not doing it. Then they're not wrong, because consider this. What I was trying to say is that I want to create a system that will take all kinds of unknown variables and give out known variables. Scientifically impossible, right? But that's when we thought, somebody has to do it. Somebody has to solve this problem. And that's exactly what we did. We spent 2 years in the dump sites, day in and day out, trying to figure out what is it that can separate the biodegradable from non-biodegradable. Waste is so dynamic. Look at your own dustbin. It changes every day. How do you create a system that can segregate beautifully and then recycle it? Well, We started with our first machine, which was just 1 kg per hour, could take only one house's waste. Well, it didn't do anything related to segregation, but at least some hope. Some hope that I could solve the problem. Some hope that made me give up my placement, that made me give up my CAT and ZAT scores, and consider that I can solve this problem. Went ahead and created a slightly bigger machine, 50 kg per hour. Learned even more things, that how dynamic the waste is, how the people who try to overload the machine, multiple learnings. And also realized that I should be working with the municipality. But when we went to the municipality, whole different ball game. We realized the day I actually completed my machine and I installed it in a municipality, I called all those people who told me that it is not possible. And I told them, look, it's possible. And that day, my friends, the machine broke down. The machine broke down and the motor literally jumped. And they said, told you. But most importantly, that day I was out of resources. I had exhausted all the resources. And I thought that was it. But it was still not it. And that day, I really, really wanted to give up. But something really happens, when everything comes crashing down, when you have no hopes left, when you don't see even a ray of light, and you keep pushing, miracles happen. And this has happened time and again in TrashCon's life. The team that you're seeing here, engineers from the best of universities in India, sitting in dump sites, trying to figure out how to solve the problem. You know why the machine broke down the other time? Because the people who handle my machine are mostly uneducated, and mostly drunk, because otherwise you can't work in the dump sites. So I had to make the machine in such a way that even a 10-year-old could handle it. Well, after 2 years of working in the dump sites, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you the world's first completely automated segregation unit, TrashBot. Yes, we did it. This can take any and every kind of municipal waste, segregated beautifully into biodegradable and non-biodegradable, is so compact that it can fit inside this stage, consumes power consumption of a 4 BHK apartment, and of course, can be run by a 10-year-old. It was made with so much of love. And this is what it does. What you see on the left is the mixed waste that you see outside your house every day. What you see on the right is the segregated waste. It's over 90% every time. That is the kind of consistency we got. Thank you. But, well, from the biodegradable, you must be knowing kitchen waste. You can make biogas, you can make compost. But when it came to this non-biodegradable, we were again at a full halt. Now, this non-biodegradable is generally your plastic covers, bingo, lays, kurkure, one-time use plastic, so-called banned, very much there. Your thermocol, your styrofoam, everything that no recycler wants. Everything that is not valuable to anybody is what we get. Now, again, 40% of waste is this. Again, it'll go to the landfill. There is no solution. So we had to work again, just when we thought everything is over and we found the solution. So we pushed ourselves for yet another year and came up with another technology that could convert all those plastics and inorganic material into something like sheets. You can imagine your MDF and plywood boards that you use for making your doors, windows, chairs, tables, something very similar to that. And can you imagine, with that kind of trash that's outside your houses, these were made. All of these that you're seeing here is made out of trash that is outside your house. Out of that trash that is outside your house, we made display racks for Pepsi and several other corporates that we are working with. And the best of all, we could provide benches and desks to 4 full government schools. Government schools where the kids used to sit on cold floors. When winter comes, they had no place to sit. So they used to sit on cold floors. Dropout rates were all-time high, but the schools couldn't afford benches and desks. But because we could give it at half the price, the schools could afford that. That's number one. Number two, most of these kids come from very underprivileged backgrounds. But they don't even know English, they don't know many concepts, but they know what is recycling. They know that the waste that goes out of my house has come back as value. That is the kind of impact that we could create. Thank you. So we are very fortunate that we are working with some of the biggest of corporates and municipalities across India, and not just in India, but across the world. We have raised funding of $2.5 million, and we have won international and national grants of $500,000, much more in projects, and also establishing in Maldives and Thailand very soon. We have been fortunate to present to the Prime Minister and the Deputy Secretary of the United Nations, who appreciated the entire initiative in a letter written to us, and we are also recommended by all the who's who in India. And not just that, people have loved us throughout, and we have been blessed tremendously, and we have come across 50+ media publications, not just in India, but even in the US and Europe. Friends, so all of this is because we had a dream, many people have questioned, these so-called logical people have come to me and asked, Nivedha, you're smart. The engineers who are working with you are very smart. But why waste? You can do anything else and mint a lot of money. Why waste? And to that, we have only one answer that I have been giving all 3 years, that I have a dream. I have a dream that 20 years down the lane, when I will be telling a story to my daughter, saying, Beta, once upon a time, there was kachra. And my daughter says, Mama, what is kachra? And that is our vision. Thank you. Today, I would like to tell you only one thing. I'm not here to give any motivational speech. This is just my story. You're already motivated and inspired. I would like to tell you that when I started, I was 21 years old. When I started, I had no team to support me, of course, in waste. I'm from a very middle-class background where my parents don't know B of business. But if I could do it, why can't you? Right? That's all. That's all I want to tell you today and leave you with. Thank you so much. Love you all.